Number one, think in decades, not days. I learned this when I turned 25. I sat down, I made myself a 10-year plan. In my 10-year plan, I entailed what I wanted to achieve in 10 years, what city I wanted to live in 10 years, and to be honest, I've achieved most of the things that I wanted to achieve in my 10-year plan. I said I would be done with school. I was doing my master's then, and I wanted to also do a PhD. 10 years later, I have a PhD, I finished my master's. I said I wanted to live in an entirely new country, and I uprooted myself from my home country, Uganda, and I moved to Australia, where I've established my life. And to be honest, it's been one of the most fulfilling yet daunting lessons that I've had to learn in my life. So everything that you do right now, ask yourself the question, will it serve me 10 years down the road? If it's going to serve you 10 years down the road, continue doing it. If it's not going to serve you 10 years down the road, decide to scrap it or change it in something that will serve you 10 years down the road. Number two, failure is a feature of success. If I tell you how many times I've failed in my life, it gets me emotional. I failed when I was looking for my master's, but it was those failures that made me change my approach when it came to getting my master's scholarship. I ended up getting myself a mentor who guided me on that process, and from since then, that mentor has been a pivotal person in my career. So anytime that you fail, look at your failure and analyze it. Find ways to change your failures into something that you can learn from. Learn from your failures. Choose a different route on how to tackle the same obstacle that you're facing, and let not failure define you. The second failure was failing at starting my side hustles. I started my first side hustle when I just moved to Australia. It failed miserably. I invested a lot of money in it and I didn't get anything out of it. It was just losses. But that failure led me to change my approach, led me to learn more about how to create a business. And to be honest, I've learned a lot when establishing my personal brand and also the businesses I have. So failure has been one of the things that has led me to who I am. My PhD failed most of the time, and it's from those failures that I learned to be resilient. I learned to be strong. I learned to achieve the goals that I've achieved with a clear mind and not looking at failure as something that is going to stop me from achieving my goals. So remember that everyone that has gotten some success at some point of their lives, they failed. So failure is a feature of success. Every time you fail, learn from your failures and use your failures to get you ahead. Number three, how you do anything is how you will do everything. If you approach your life in a disorganized way, you're going to be disorganized in all other aspects of your life. If you approach your work with diligence, with honesty, with love, with zeal, you are going to use that same zeal to achieve other goals. So look at your life and ask yourself, how I'm doing things, is it helping me? Is it serving me? And if it is, continue doing it. If it's not, adjust, reroute, change, and reinvent the way you do your stuff. Number four, honesty and trust are the components that build any relationship. Be it your friendship, be it your romantic relationship, be it your work relationship. Anytime that you're involving someone else in anything that you do, try to be as honest and trustworthy as possible. Honesty is going to get you a long way. Decisions are like hats, haircuts, and tattoos. A hat, you can easily change a hat and get another hat and put it on your head. When you've had a haircut, you need the haircut to grow out for you to change it. But if you put a tattoo, it's going to take you a longer time for you to get rid of that tattoo. You might employ laser to remove the tattoo, but it's going to be more of a permanent decision that you've made. So every time that you have a decision to make, ask yourself, does this decision fall into the hat category? Does it fall into the tattoo category? Or does it fall into a haircut category? Haircut can grow out, tattoos will be more permanent, and a hat, you can change a hat today and pick another hat. So if you're faced with any scenario when it comes to making a decision, ask yourself that question. Number six, you are your greatest advocate. I recall this when I was going to give birth to my son. I didn't know anything when it came to childbirth, but I had my instincts that I had to use to decide what I needed when it came to my birth plan. And to be honest, his birth was traumatic, but because I had that advocate, I could advocate for myself. I chose what worked for me, and in the end I ended up having a healthy child. Also, when you do things, you have to make sure that you can stand by your decision. There are so many instances whereby you'll be pushed to the wall to decide what you need to decide, but if you can't advocate for yourself, no one else will. So make sure that you know that you are your greatest advocate when it comes to your career, when it comes to your lifestyle, when it comes to your values, when it comes to the things that you believe in. It's you who has to advocate for yourself. Number 7 is about choosing a life partner and marriage plus love. This is a very important lesson if you haven't gotten yourself a partner yet and you're thinking of what you need to look for in a partner, in a wife, in a husband. You need to know this. Marriage is more than a fancy wedding. It's more than a beautiful proposal. Marriage is something that is long term. You can go for a wedding and it will be done in a day. You'll have the memories. But marriage is something that you have to be in every single day you decide to be with this partner. So as you choose yourself a life partner, consider the traits you'd want to see in that partner. I've been blessed with a beautiful husband. He's very loving, he's very supportive, and he's been with me on this journey of my personal development. There's no single day he's not encouraged me to do the things I do. And I believe to get to where I am, it has been because of his support. We started dating way back earlier on when I was 21, and now I'm 35. And these are the lessons that we've had to learn on our journey of dating and getting married and eventually starting a family. Who you choose to be your life partner is going to influence lots of things that you'll achieve in your life. So consider this while choosing yourself a partner. Number 8 is more of a pain point. How you want to be treated will depend on how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself as a person who is confident, a person who is dependable, a person who sticks by their word, people will know you for that. But if you treat yourself contrary to that, people will break your boundaries. People will come in and talk ill things about you. I used to experience this. There was this particular person who would talk mean things to me, and I would just let it pass because I'm like, oh yeah, that's their opinion about me. Until I stood up and decided to tell them, you can't talk to me like that. They knew they could not talk to me like that, and that aired out my boundary. They know now that they cannot address me in that aspect, and they cannot say such things in front of me. So how you treat yourself is going to determine how other people are going to treat you. Number 9, your unique perspective and your unique preposition is going to be what is going to sell you. This is very important when it comes to your career. Many of the people that you're going to find in your career are going to be as qualified as you are. I give myself as an example. When I started my career, I was not the most skilled person. I was not the most intelligent. The people I went with to school had achieved more better grades than me, but what sold me to whatever opportunity I ended up getting was how I positioned myself, was how I aired out my value, was how I portrayed my unique preposition and my unique perspective. Let's say if you apply for a job, you'll find everyone has the same qualifications as you've achieved. You'll find everyone has the same skills that you have, but what is going to set you apart from them will be how you communicate the value that you bring to the table. So ask yourself this question: how can I portray the value that I bring to the table? How can I sell myself to be the person that is chosen for the opportunity that I'm applying for? This will apply in your career, in your business, and anything else that you do. Your unique perspective is going to be what is going to sell you compared to anyone else. Number 10, you are as intelligent as you consider yourself to be. If you consider yourself to be somewhat intelligent, you will end up portray the image of someone who is somewhat intelligent. If you consider yourself as someone who is as intelligent as everyone else, you will stay in that level of considering yourself as intelligent as everyone else. And if you consider yourself as more intelligent than everyone else, it will show. So you are as intelligent as you consider yourself to be. Number 11, regrets only become regrets when you don't learn from them. Every time you're faced with something that you regret, make sure you pick a lesson from that regret. Don't look at the regret as something that is final, but make sure you learn from the regrets that you have and the things that you failed at. Every time I have a failure, I make sure I pick a lesson from that failure that I can use to get better. Number 12, the best time to take charge of your life is now. You have this opportunity to be alive in this era whereby there's internet, there's so much information that you can gain, there are so many skills that you can learn. The best time to take charge of your career is now. This lesson, I learned it last year when I decided to start my YouTube channel. I'd never done anything when it comes to videography, when it comes to filming. I had a blog at some point when I was 20 years old, but I used to just take pictures with my phone then, my Motorola. But I had to learn this from scratch. I've been able to learn so many skills in the last year because I took time to take charge of my life. And it's been fulfilling to see that I can be able to create this content. I can do lots of things because I decided to take charge of my life and learn a new skill that I know is valuable in my life and in my career. So the best time you can take charge of your career is now. If you're tired of your current job, take charge of that. If you want to learn a new skill, take charge of that. If you want to move countries, this is the best time you need to do it. Don't put off the opportunity you have now for later. Number 13, it's somehow tying to number 12. A year can change your life. In a year, there's so much that you can achieve. If you dedicated 1 year to becoming a better person, if you dedicated a year to learn a new skill, a lot can happen for you in 1 year. Take a look at my life. A year ago, I didn't have this YouTube channel. A year ago, I didn't have a business that is thriving. A year ago, I wasn't doing the things that I'm doing, but right now I'm thriving because I decided to intentionally take time to work on the things that I was interested in. Number 14 is about love. Love is beautiful. Love is all over us. We just have to open our eyes and see it. Love can come from your family members, your platonic relationships, your best friends, your romantic relationships. You just have to open your eyes and see that love. There's so many people who have loved on me, who have shown me love, who have been there for me, and it's taken me time to really appreciate these people because I learned how to absorb this love. Initially, I used to say that, oh yeah, people don't really love me, like my husband loves me, my children love me, my parents love me. But when I learned to absorb love and to be receptive to love, I've seen so much love. And I've loved every single experience of this love. So love is all around us. You just have to open your eyes and see it. Number 15, if you want to defy all odds, you have to believe in yourself. You have to know that it's you who is going to achieve that success that you long for. You have to know that it's inherent in you to achieve every goal that you set. Defying all odds means that you look at what you have right now and use it to your advantage. I know people told me that I would not be a YouTuber. People were telling me, oh, you can't do this. How can you do it? How will you be on YouTube? Why are you doing it? But I've defied the odds and started this YouTube channel. Right now it's growing because I took time to learn how to work on my craft. I took time to do this and I feel very accomplished to do what I do because I've defied the odds for myself and I've also created that belief in what is possible for me. So if you want to defy all odds, you have to believe that you can do that. Number 16, we are all faking it. We are all trying. Even the people you look at and see they have it all together, those people are also trying or struggling with some aspects of their life. So don't let any fear that you have stop you from doing things that you're interested in, stop you from pursuing the goals that you've always had. We are all learning on the way. Every single day that you wake up, it's not guaranteed. So you might as well use the time that you have right now to work on the things that bring you joy. So everyone else is faking it and you too can fake it until you make it. So do what you have to do. Number 17, do things to your own satisfaction. When praise comes, it will be an added bonus. Everything that I've done over my life in the last 10 years has been to my own satisfaction. Deciding to leave my country, Uganda, to move to the UK to do my master's, moving from the UK to Australia to do my PhD was to my own satisfaction and my own inquisitiveness, if that's a word. And the satisfaction I've gotten along this journey has been just for me The praises I've gotten along this journey have been an added bonus, but I was doing things to satisfy my own longing, to change my status quo, to achieve anything that I decided I want to achieve. So do things to your own satisfaction, and when praise comes, you consider it as an added bonus. Number 18, the greatest opportunity you can give yourself is learning about yourself. This will reveal your superpower. This will help you achieve so many things when you work to knowing who you are. Not knowing yourself is costing you a lot. I went on a self-awareness journey in 2018, and it's been one of the best periods of my life. I've discovered so many things about myself, and I've done so many episodes when it comes to self-awareness. The playlist will be linked in the description of this video. But every time you become aware of your strength, of your opportunities, of your weaknesses, you can use those 3 things to your advantage. Your weaknesses, you can work on them by deliberate practice to improve them. You can capitalize on your strength to do things that are going to move you ahead, and you can work on your opportunities in such a way that you will go for those things that you know you have a hand in, you know that are in your reach, and you can achieve great things. And it will also help you operate in your areas of genius. Areas of genius are those things that you're inherently good at. We all have those strengths. We all have those things that put us different from all other people. So discover your unfair advantage by utilizing your strength and your opportunities, and also working on your weaknesses. Number 19, we know what we need to be doing with our lives, but oftentimes we spend this time procrastinating and not doing that work. So the work that you're doing when you're procrastinating is actually the work that you should be doing to get ahead in your life. The work that you're doing when you're procrastinating is actually the work that you should be doing to get ahead in your life. So make sure you figure out, what do I spend my time on when I'm procrastinating? Most possibly, that will be the work that you need to be doing to find the fulfillment you need in your life. Number 20, people always remember how you made them feel. People might not remember clothes you wore, but they'll remember how you made them feel. So be kind, learn kindness, learn to operate with kindness, learn to talk kindly, learn to encourage people, learn to motivate people, learn to do something for someone, because that goes a long way. I recall the times that people have come to my rescue. I've recalled people that have reached out to me. I recall things that people have done for me, because that's what I remember. So every time that you're faced with that scenario, what should I do for this person? Always do something that you know that they will remember. Always do something that you know that will make them feel valued, feel loved, feel encouraged, feel motivated, and it will pay off in the long run. Number 21, you're as good as everyone else. So learn to appreciate yourself. I used to do this, and I've always done this. I always encourage my friends. My parents know me as a person who gives them encouragement, who speaks wisdom in them, who prays for them, who does things to elevate their lives. And I've learned that this is a superpower that I can use to my advantage. That's why I started my coaching business. So every time you feel down, learn to appreciate the things that you're good at, learn to appreciate yourself the way you are, and it's from that fond self-love that you can achieve greater things in your life. Number 22, perception is everything. Some see obstacles while others see opportunities. An obstacle might be the situation that you're in right now. If you can look at that scenario in a different way, you'll be able to discover how you can use it as an opportunity. For instance, you might have been laid off from your work, but instead of looking at it as something that is an obstacle, you can look at what you can do in that layoff as you look for your next opportunity. You can start a side hustle. You can concentrate on a craft that you put off for a long time. You can decide to venture into something new that you've always put off. So look at your obstacles and analyze them and see, what can I use them to create an opportunity for myself? Number 23, the best ideas and the best solutions are often found in areas of discomfort. Anytime that you face a discomfort, an obstacle, most times that will be the time that you can come up with something new. If you're not pressed out of your comfort zone, you never come up with creative ideas. Look at every solution that exists in the world. A computer was invented when someone was tired of using typewriters. Let's say SMS was invented when someone was tired of sending mail and waiting for a long period to get feedback, So all the things have happened when someone is tired of a condition that they're experiencing. That's when they came up with new ideas to help us move ahead. So look at your scenario right now and ask yourself, what can I create out of this obstacle that I'm experiencing right now? Number 24, money cannot buy fitness. It cannot buy a fit body. It cannot buy a calm house. It cannot buy joy. These things are achieved out of you doing the work. I've seen so many people who want to lose weight and they want to get onto crash diets. They want to do things in a shortcut manner. But you can only achieve this when you do the deep work, intentionality in everything that you do. How you do anything is how you do everything. Self-image is as important as you dress. However much you dress yourself in a given way, if your self-image is poor, you're not going to look at yourself as someone who is valuable. So work on your self-image before you decide to change your wardrobe, before you decide to change your clothes, before you will decide to dress a given way. First, work on how you view yourself. If you view yourself as someone who is confident, you will imbue that confidence and you'll exude that confidence in everything that you do. If you want to appear as someone who is trustworthy, work on trusting yourself first with those small things. If you say you want to work out, are you working out? If you say you want to eat healthy, are you eating healthy? Before you can decide to want trust from other people. Self-education can make a difference that is over 100 times for you. Self-education is anything that you learn outside school. Let's say learning videography, let's say learning copywriting, email marketing, business. Those skills that you learn in your free time can make you achieve more results than any other skill that you've learned in your day-to-day job. And self-education is usually built with passion. If you're passionate about something, learn more about that something and it can change your entire life. Number 27, God is waiting for you to utilize the gifts, the skills, the knowledge He has given you. So don't put off those things that you're good at. Look at the guys of the talents in the parable of the talents. They were given different talents and the ones that used their talents were able to reap a benefit. But the one who kept their talent did not gain anything from keeping that talent under the ground. So every time you know you're good at something, utilize it to the benefit of your life. Utilize your talents to build yourself something. Number 28, no one can change you unless you decide to change yourself. I've seen this when it comes to self-education, when it comes to self-improvement, when it comes to changing your life. If you don't decide to change your life, you can listen to as much motivation as you want, but if you don't make that decision yourself today to change, there's no change that is going to be achieved in your life. I've seen this with my clients. Many of them come when they've tried very expensive courses, very expensive coachings, but if they haven't decided to change their life themselves, however much you accumulate all this knowledge, it's not going to be of any help. Number 29, every great thing starts by being an idea, a mindset, a thinking. So the most important component that you can work on right now, if you want to get ahead in your life, in your career, in anything that you do, is to work on your mind. I've done a couple of videos when it comes to mindset, when it comes to changing your mind, when it comes to building better habits. But what I've learned in my years is that mindset matters. There are things that I always said that I was not good at. In fact, when I was in high school, I remember my arts teacher told me I would not be good at art. So I grew up knowing that I could not be an artist. But right now, as I'm teaching my son how to draw, how to write, I notice I'm like, you know what, Faith? It's possible for you to change your mind. It's possible for you to become an artist. And even starting this YouTube channel has been an art. I never knew that I would do it, but when I changed my mindset, I've been able to create this YouTube channel. So your mindset matters in almost everything that you do. Number 30, it's almost linked to number 29. It says, there is nothing that you can't do when you decide to put your mind to it. I've done this from my career. Me deciding to do a PhD against all odds when everything was failing was more of a proof to myself that it was possible for me to do the PhD. I had a very hard time while doing my PhD, but every single obstacle I went through, I decided to turn that obstacle into an opportunity. Every hardship that was thrown my way, I decided to change it into something that would benefit me. I built resilience out of that PhD. Out of the 3 years of failing, I learned that if I decide to do something, I have to do it to the best of my ability. And when I continue doing that something, it can result into something great. Today I have my PhD in my hand, and I've used it for many of the things that I've achieved in my career because I kept at that. And I proved to myself that everything that I put my mind and soul into, I can achieve the result that I intend to get. So today, decide to put your mind in the thing that you're doing. Don't give it half in, half out, but decide to give it your all, and everything will conspire in your way to make it happen. I believe in God, and I believe that when God puts something on your heart and you pursue it, believe me, you will achieve the success that you long for. 31. Listening is a skill we need in all parts of our lives. I've learned to listen. I was never a good listener, but these last 10 years I've learned to listen. I've learned to listen with my ears and also listen with my heart, and also listen to that intuition. Many of the things I've done have been out of that intuition that I have, that voice behind the voice that you hear and you're like, you know what? I think this is what I'm supposed to do. At the moment of my life when I was at a crossroad, when I finished my PhD, I didn't know whether I wanted to do more postdoc, going the traditional way, or becoming an academician and a researcher. And I didn't know if I would get into management or become a biotechnologist, but I trusted my intuition, and my intuition led me to the biotechnology side. Initially, I wanted to be a professor, but when I evaluated all my skills and all my knowledge and all the things I'm interested in, I decided to follow my intuition. That led me down the biotechnologist route. So, learn to listen to your guts, learn to listen to unspoken words, learn to listen with your ears, and listening can take you very far in your life. Number 32, learning a life skill can change your life. You just have to figure out what that life skill is. You have to figure out what your interest is, and you have to follow the breadcrumbs. Think about your childhood. What are the things that you're interested in? What things were you drawn to? As you are growing, how did you spend time? What were your hobbies? What are those things that you talk about without getting tired? What are those things that you've always found easy to do? And if you take time and learn more about those things, your life is going to change, because you'll operate in your area of genius, and that life skill that you've picked up can open so many avenues and gateways to your success. So take time to sit and analyze yourself and come up with a list of the things that you're good at, and pick one interest that you can follow for the next 1 year. Believe me, it will transform your life. Number 33, we all start from zero. I've had a chance to give birth to 2 children, and I've seen my kids come from the newborn to what they are right now. It has been more of a reinforcement of the things that I believe in when it comes to growth. Growth that is slow is long lasting. Every time you try to rush something, you're not going to give it your best. For instance, on my postpartum fitness journey, the first time, it took me 2.5 years to get back to the physique that I felt confident with when I had my son. My second postpartum experience was, it has taken me up to 1 year to be comfortable in my skin, because I knew it was going to take me time, given that I had experienced the same thing the first time round. So growth is slow. Building a side hustle is going to take you time. Unless you're privileged and you have all your ducks in one row, it might take you faster. But if you decide to work at it day by day, you will see the results come through. Thinking about my YouTube channel, it's taken me up to 1 year to get to 500 subscribers. It's taken me another 3 months to get to 700 subscribers that I'm on right now. And it's going to take me time to get to that 1,000 subscribers and eventually end up being monetized on my YouTube channel. But I'm not giving up at that, because I know that every good thing takes time. Learning a skill is going to take you time. Weight loss is going to take you time. Changing your self-image is going to take you time. So allow yourself to be a starter. Allow yourself to be an amateur and learn along this journey. This has been very, very, very important in my life and in my career. It's one lesson that I've had to learn the hard way, but it has really paid off, being consistent, being happy with every progress that I make, and celebrating all the small wins along the way. Don't be afraid to start. Don't put it off when you want to start something. Don't be afraid to appear to be a fool. I know many people are scared to start because you feel you're going to be seen as someone who is foolish, who doesn't know what they're doing, who is going to be an amateur, who is going to lose it on your journey of starting. Start now. If you started doing what you want to do this year, a year from now you'll be very far compared to when you wait for all your ducks to be in one row. Decide to start now and work at it in small steps. I always say, and I've already said, imperfect action is better than no action. You reminiscing, you thinking, you planning is not going to take you far. But what is going to take you far is deciding to put your skin into the game, deciding to start today. And when you start, don't give up when you're not seeing results. It's going to take you time to become a better you. It's going to take you time to build a life that you love. And everything that is built in a slow and steady pace actually lasts longer. So you are capable to start, and the best time to start is today, right now. Number 35 sums it up. There's so much I can talk about God that I've learned over the years. I decided to end with God saying, God put you on this planet for a reason. You are here for a reason. Your existence is not a mistake. So if you know that, you can operate in your areas of genius, you can put God first in everything that you do, and you can follow your dreams. The last 20 years of my life, I've followed my dream. My dream has always been to be a doctor. I ended up being a doctor, and I'm happy to be a doctor. And now my dream has percolated into helping women to become their best versions, to equip you with skills, with knowledge, tools, techniques, mindsets to help you achieve the success that you long for. And it's this dream that keeps me going, because I know that my purpose is bigger than myself. And the only way I can achieve this purpose is by operating with God at the center of it all. Every day I lay my plans before God and I tell him, God, direct my footsteps, lead me where you want me to go, and show me exactly what I need to do to achieve the goals that I've set. God will, and God is, and he will continue to be the center of my life. Without him, I'm nothing, and with him, I'm everything. And believing in God has really helped me cement my love for people, because I know that if everyone is created in God's image, I need to treat everyone with respect. I need to encourage others to do their best. I need to be the best version to others and be an example. If I'm called to be the light to the world, I need to exude this light. I need to radiate this light in everything that I do. So God has been the center of it all, and learning to put him at the center of my life has been transformational in all the things that I've achieved. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be alive. I wouldn't have done the things I've done, and I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing, and I wouldn't have the dreams that I have for the future. So those are the 35 lessons I've learned in my life so far. There are so many other lessons that I would like to talk about, but these have been the fundamental lessons that have kept me going. And if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want one-to-one help, there's a link in my description where we can sit down and evaluate your life, and I can see how best I can help you. There's also a Notion template that I use to plan my month. If you're looking for a way to plan your month, stay on track of your career goals, your fitness goals, your business goals, your spiritual goals, and any other thing that you want to plan, get yourself that Notion template. It's free of charge. The link is in the description. Download it and use it to your advantage. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you've loved this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you want to stay, watch this video about how I transform my self-image, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have yourself a wonderful day. Bye bye.